remember all those sunny days and all those cloudy nights, walking from the park with my abuela, seeing all the sights, the dope fiends, the straight cats. My cousins don't know where they at. Moved about the bricks, but I've been knowing where my city at. That 97.3 Dirty Jersey, I'm a resident. Nerve damage, shaking up my hands, I'm always pressing it. I ain't taking shit from nobody, you know I'm stressing it. Never realized that my past is what a blessing is.
Welcome back, Yard Talk. Back with another one. Me, Big T, the nappy-headed kid, back at it again. And special guest. Now, one thing about this interview, simple fact that this is the first in-person interview. Like, goddamn.
That's a fact.
Like,
that is true.
This ain't been done before.
Yeah. Shit, bro.
Now, more or less lucky because I stay in Jersey now. Don't worry, I'm still texting to heart. But with that being said, let me introduce They Know Dame.
Yes, sir.
And indeed, they're gonna know Dame, especially after all this. Indeed. So, let me start off with this. So, They Know Dame. Is Dame your actual name? Or
my name's Damien. So, a lot of people have switched over time and shit like that, but most of the time it's like, yo, Dame, da da da. So, and a lot of people know me, and then they're like, oh, people who they know, they'll be like, oh, who's Dame? And you know, they gonna know.
Okay.
That's where I came up with that. They Know Dame.
Heavy on the they gonna know. Heavy on that. Heavy on that.
That's a fact.
So, one thing let me say about this. You don't have much music out there right now. But, regardless, the even so few songs out there now are still great of its own space. I
appreciate that.
So, your recent, more popular one, man, with the special line, 973 Dirty Jersey. Let's talk about that. So what's that song? What's that like going over?
That song, Remember, I was telling you earlier, it was like a 48-hour turnaround for that song between it getting written, recording the video, and getting it mixed and mastered. 48 hours it took that song, because I was just in a mode where I was like, damn, like, I be writing a lot of music now, and I got a project coming out very soon too. I've just been honing my craft. But as far as that in particular song, I just wanted to get something out that shows like where I'm from and like who I am. You feel me? So, I mean, New Jersey, born and raised, Essex County all the way through. You know, that, and if you see the video, you know, it shows where I grew up and a bunch of highlights of that shit and a little bit about myself.
Definitely. And the video, link in the description, definitely gonna stay there. Definitely gotta check it out. It's solid. Now, what are some of your inspirations for wanting to start music?
Inspirations? I've always had music around me. I mean, like, I remember my grandmother, she was playing the piano when I was little. My father, he was into his punk rock shit. But I don't know, when I started listening to like Z100 or 97.1 or some shit like that, and it just resonated with me a lot, just because of how I grew up and shit like that. And yeah, man, growing up, I played a lot of different instruments in school and shit like that. I always had a knack for writing, because my father's an English teacher. So he always had me doing extra homework and shit like that, reading books and shit. And I picked up poetry a bit, and I found a way to incorporate music with the poetry and just be able to have a voice of my own. And that's kind of where like rap and hip hop kind of took me into my lane and just made it grow from there.
Definitely. It all starts with our voice.
Absolutely.
Without a voice, what are we? So, one thing about being an artist, there's a big, thing around it about being independent or getting under a label. So, will you ever stay independent, or will you get under a label?
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very cool to be independent. I got my one boy, he was tapped in with the music industry a little bit, and from what he told me, like, you really lose a sense of yourself because it's more about like the product you're selling. Because at the end of the day, music is art, but if you're trying to make money off of it, it's a product, and you gotta pitch that, you know, and you gotta make sales off of that. So they changed his whole image, you know, all that shit. I would love to keep the independent properties, but at the same time being signed to a major record label or something like that, like. If the money's right and I could do what I still want to do, that would be perfect. Because one thing, I'm a very versatile person when it comes to my music. Definitely. And I don't want to get put in one box. So if I can continue doing that under a label, that would be a blessing.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. One thing about getting under a label, you just got to make sure it all fits into what you want. Because that's one thing people have problems with is reading through that contract. If you have to, get a lawyer. Because they will screw you over if you're not paying attention.
That's a fact.
Or at least you screwed yourself over. Because it was all in that contract. Now, with doing music comes a writing process. There's a lot of little pieces that go into it. So, you have a writing process.
Personally, like, I would say I do, and I feel like a lot of people can resonate with this, because I've been in studios where people just go in the booth and fucking freestyle their shit. I'm like, okay, you can do that, you know, but personally, like, I like to seclude myself, or like just put in headphones in the studio, listen to the beat that I'm doing, and I go bar by bar, because I'm very meticulous in what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, and the purpose of it saying it, and the rhyme scheme, and all that shit. So, like, after many years of, like, writing and just, like, you can look at my fucking notes. I have damn near fucking 700 songs. And they're all done. But 700 in the past, like, 2.5 years. Okay. And it's just a lot of practice. And, like, it's doing it for yourself and what you think sounds good to yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're doing it for yourself. It's your art, it's your passion, you know. But as far as a writing process, yeah, it's just going bar by bar and doing that until I got the chorus, verse, maybe a bridge in there, depending on the instrumental or the beat, and just laying it out like that.
And with the writing process, another key part of creating music is the growth in beat choices. Do you think you've had some growth in beat choices from what you started until now?
Yeah, because I grew up on a lot of like old school shit, you know, and that's mainly the instrumentals I was looking for. I remember being young, looking up on YouTube, this and that, little fucking like Wu-Tang beats or Biggie or some shit.
Classic.
But like that's really something that like I had to break out of, especially in like how today's music industry works. Like I find it so people are very like the attention span is short. So like you gotta keep people on their feet, and something I like to try to do is always change up the rhyme scheme or switch what I'm saying every like few bars or something like that. And another thing, like I touched on being versatile, you know, I want to be able to work on any type of song, whether it be like old school or trap or like some R&B shit or like fucking maybe some pop shit, you know. And the reason I don't got that much music out yet is because the past like 2-3 years, especially during COVID and shit, every day I'm sitting there writing to new beats. Writing, practicing, freestyling, switch on a new beat, different types of subgenres in hip hop and all that shit. And like just practicing so that I could do whichever kind of beat I want with whatever I'm feeling, exactly. You know?
And that's one thing that makes you special from all the other people I interview. Just because you don't have a lot out, that don't mean you still don't got a lot of good shit coming out.
That's a fact.
So just with that, there's that little background of just being behind the scenes and still working at it. I know whatever you got coming out in the future is going to be crazy.
Because I mean, like between the two songs, Ocho and Remember, it's two very different vibes.
Definitely.
Two very different vibes. So there's only more to come of that.
Definitely. So another kind of like spin back on the inspirations.
Mm.
What are some of your top 5 artists going on right now, or even of all time?
Damn. That's tough. I mean, honestly, the first person that comes to my head is Kendrick.
Day one, he has not missed.
He's absolutely up there, and this is gonna be no particular order whatsoever. Just Kendrick's like the way he can visually represent something with words, and just how like he can do so many different things with what he does. Damn, who else? It's rough, man.
I mean, putting Kendrick. I mean, he did say, you know, taking off your top
you know
5.
what? I'm gonna just throw it out there. Tyler the Creator, just for him being like if you look through his whole discography and like see the progress between all his albums, he produces too, especially his recent shit. Like he produces all his shit, you know. So being able to do that, and another one is Kanye West. That he's definitely up there because like. He's not just writing. Neither of them are just writing. They're making shit from scratch, you know?
Yes.
And that's something I would love to do. I'm still learning how to produce for myself and shit like that. But in the meantime, I'm always writing, you know? But yeah, we got those 3. I gotta throw Biggie in there. Just have to. And for... Damn,
That last one.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, okay.
Yeah.
Already some heavy hitters, like definitely already coming in, especially Kendrick.
Jay-Z was the first artist I really started listening to too. Like when I was real little, I would hear him on the radio. I'm like, yep, that's what I need in my life.
Right. That's something that inspired me too, with how they plan out their albums. It's not just an album. It's planned out. It's a story. It's a book. It's a movie. It's all of that.
Exactly.
It's a series of events you got to try to keep up with and connect the dots. And it's crazy. Even with some of their music to this day, people are still going back around. Especially, example Kendrick. People are still going back to his music, trying to figure out what's what with his music. And that's something that keeps on, like
Absolutely.
you said, keep you on your feet.
Exactly.
So, what are some of your future impact expectations?
Impact expectations? I'd say like just to like inspire people, because like how do I put this? You could come from any sort of background, any sort of climate, and like everyone has their own shit they deal with, some more than others, but at the same time, like if you look into a crowd at a fucking concert, you see all this sort of different faces, all different backgrounds, and like all of them are there because they felt something from what you made, So I would love to be able to have that sort of impact and just like fucking have people hear what I'm trying to say and like feel something from that, because that's what art is. Art is like emotions. That's a big part of it. Yeah, you can get lit to some songs, but like all in all, I want to have a broad spectrum of what kind of music I do.
Like you said, gotta have versatility and everything, not just in sound, but also in what kind of stories you deliver.
Exactly.
As well. Do you have any current impact right now? Have you got any like, I heard this verse or heard this song, that shit, hit me different?
I have, like being in the studio with like new people and stuff like that, or like I just met them on Instagram, or like I just performed at some venue or something like that, and there's different performers, and I do my little set, and I come off and they're like, yo, like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, yeah, man, like, it's great to see that, and love seeing other artists too putting their all into that shit and just making those connections,
Definitely. Now, also, music is a reflection of ourselves. Has that impacted you in any kind of way? Doing music?
I feel like it's a little bit rough, honestly, or not rough, but like it's in a strange position because like personally I'm of a pale texture, you know. I'm Spanish. I'm from Spain.
I could tell.
But yeah, like my younger years, I grew up in Newark, and then I moved over to West Orange. Born and raised in Jersey, and like just got into a lot of shit when I was younger. Still getting into shit nowadays. I got family issues, other issues, you know, a lot of shit that impacts my life, and like you would just have to walk in my shoes to see it. But I would hate for people to have to go through the shit that I've been through, and that's why I partially make music, to express what I've been through. And it's not just like, I'm not just out here talking shit. I'm not gonna be rapping about like shooting people. I never shot a gun. Personally, I'm very anti-gun. If you got a problem, I'd rather fight you better. But like saying that is like, I'm very meticulous about what I say in my songs, you know. So I coordinate that with everything that I write.
And with that too, is there, this is more of like an added question. Is there a moment, like, or a very specific moment in your life that really like you think was an impactful moment to really veer you off into the direction of music? Or even more of a reason to why you're doing music now?
I wouldn't say anything impactful, to be honest. It's just always been around, and I just found myself going more and more into that direction. Like, and it's a big shot in the wind, you know. I don't want to say if, but when shit happens for me, then it's gonna work out. But it's just that grind every fucking day to like make sure you're doing what you're supposed to make those events happen for yourself.
Definitely. One step at a time, though.
Absolutely.
Slow.
Amen to that.
So where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years?
That's always been one of the hardest questions from every artist.
Oh, fuck. I mean, hopefully alive. In 10 years, I would have hoped to put in enough groundwork for myself to be able to live off of music, to just, that's my career, you know? That's my career, but at the same time, like you know, I work over at the Loop now. Right. I'm with my mans at the sneaker store.
Oh, you're ahead there, baby. I'm definitely ahead there. Solid A1 sneakers, clothing, all that.
Absolutely. And, you know, I have entrepreneurial aspects in my life with small businesses and that sort of thing. But, like, really just branching out, not just being confined to doing one thing. Like, again, I love to do music, but another thing I love is clothes. And another thing I love is cooking. I've always worked food service. You know, I was a pastry chef for a while. Like, definitely, that's another big part of my life. So if I could end up having like a cafe or something, make my own menu of pastries and shit, that would be tough. That would be tough.
That's one thing me and my mom were planning to do. We're planning to get a, we're right now kind of writing down all of our decisions right now. Yeah. But we definitely want to probably start off with like a food cart, food truck. Okay. And I'm thinking about like do the Southern soul food, bring it up here.
Oh, that's tough.
One thing she wants to do is donuts. Because like down south, donuts are different. It's not like Dunkin' Donuts every corner. Yeah. Honestly, bringing Dunkin' Donuts down there, it's not gonna last long. Because just being honest, no disrespect to Jersey and New York. I know y'all love Dunkin' Donuts, but down south, like we have this little shops everywhere, and they're like mom and pop shops, and they're owned like specifically Asian families, and they do it fresh. Okay. So they're back there hand making the dough and hand frying it every second until they close. That shit, and the dough just comes out so wonderful, you know. It's
Love that.
there's a couple locations where the people know me. I walk in there, they still know me. They still know me.
Oh shit.
But anyways, back to this. So you did say earlier you did some shows or venues. What is that like doing shows?
This is good because I was just reminiscing on this the other day. I found footage of the first event I ever did when I was like 17 or 18. It was this open mic shit, and like I remember being nervous, thinking I'm gonna forget the words, da da da, or like what to do with my hands or something. And like once I got onto that little stage, and like 20-30 seconds into the song, that shit just went away. And like I was looking at my feet, I remember, but then I started like looking into the crowd, and I had my mic, and like I was just getting into it, and like it became some sort of excitement to it. And now, like whenever I perform, I don't get nervous. I'm like excited to do that shit because I fucking love that shit. That shit's fun to me.
Definitely. I think everyone's the same way. Some people get like little camera shy or little crowd shy, seeing all that stage fright. So, but once you really start getting the groove of things and just put yourself in the fact it's your music.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck with it the way you do it in the studio.
Absolutely.
Just put yourself in that mind state when you're on stage, and that's
because you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it to perform,
exactly.
To blow up. You might as well have fun with it.
Right.
Exactly.
So growing up, we're showing a lot of things, some good things, bad things. What's the best advice you could give?
The best advice I've been given. I forgot where I heard this shit. Or some shit. I got two. One of them I had to learn the hard way. The first one is that like you can never be anyone's solution. You could help them, you could be a shoulder to lean on, but you can't be someone's solution. If someone wants to help themselves, they gotta do that shit themselves, and that's just a matter of, that's just a fact, And with all that shit, they will drag you down with them, with you trying to help them. And another thing is that like when shit happens, especially when bad shit happens, you just gotta let it go. You can't dwell on that shit. Like you just gotta brush it off your shoulders. No matter how bad it is, like of course, like you'll be upset, but you can't like let that affect you dramatically. You can still be upset. This shit I'm upset today about.
Yeah.
But I don't let that shit impact my day-to-day life because like it already happened. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
So all I can do is move forward,
Keep pushing. Or like GHLY said in one of his songs, keep swinging on. Keep swinging on. Either one of those, is that the same advice you would give, or would you give some other kind of advice to other people?
That's the best advice I could give to everyone.
Okay.
To be quite honest.
All right. Now, a lot of us have our fantasies. So, with that being said, is there like any artists you would love to see work together?
Any two artists work together?
2, 3, 4, how many? Like, what do you think would be the killer song? They put that out. It's like, yo, that's all it's done with.
Well, a recent one just happened because you know that dude Mexican OT.
Yeah.
He just put out his album and he got Big X and Big A on it.
Oh yes, I'm listening to Big X.
I've been on his shit recently. That was
coming
a fire collab.
Me coming from Texas, that's the big inspiration right now. So Big X is literally the Dallas version of Biggie right now.
But I know there's a lot of people that would say this because it's been like rumored in like social media and shit over the years, like a J. Cole and a Kendrick song. That would probably go crazy.
Everyone's been dying for that for years. For years.
Yeah,
like,
bro, people keep talking about that shit.
People will perish once they put that song out. Yes, I'm using the word perish specifically. Is there any artist that you want to collab with?
Ooh, so many. So fucking many. If I had to pick one, nah. If I had to get a verse from someone, it might be Rick Ross. It really might be Rick Ross. Because honestly, this is, I'm going to say something very, very strongly. The best verse Rick Ross has ever done and ever will do is his verse on Devil in a New Dress on My Dark Beautiful Twisted Fantasy.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
That every time I hear his fucking verse, I get chills. I get fucking chills.
You're not lying. All right, with that being said, what is the definition of success to you?
The definition of success is living a good life, you know, and by that, like, not having regrets, you know, being confident in the choices you made and being happy with those choices and feeling fulfilled in those choices. Nothing extreme, just, you know, being happy with yourself and what you've done with yourself.
I'm a reference guy, so let me reference this to any gaming nerds, Assassin's Creed nerds, Assassin's Creed Black Flag specifically. A happy life and a merry one.
How ridiculous. A merry life and a short one, that's my motto. It's all the optimism I can muster.
That's a fact.
Happy life and a merry one. With all the questions about music, one of the last ones, a few more to go, but one of the last batch. What's been the best era of music to you? Whether it be, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, you know, now, you know.
90s and early 2000s definitely had some shit going on, I ain't gonna lie. Something funny. I just want to give credit to like 2016 to 2018 when Rich the Kid, Jay Critch, and Famous Dex, they had motherfuckers in a headlock with Rich Fred. That shit, it was good times, bro.
Those was crazy.
It was good times.
Those was crazy.
Bumping them.
Man.
Damn.
No lie.
That's
so, you definitely have a lot of other features as well, other than your two songs out there.
Yeah.
But even adding those in, to you, what's been your best song so far?
My best song.
Or even best feature?
Damn. That's a rough one because like I got some old shit that I ended up deleting that was fire. I got some newer shit that's fire. It's hard to pick because like a lot of the shit I do is different from each other, you know? I will say I got this unreleased one called They Know, which is kind of funny for the name. But that song's fire. When I could play it for you later, but
okay. When
that comes out on the project soon, that's definitely up there. That's one of my favorites personally.
Okay. What's the most favorite song from other people?
I gotta give credit to two of my boys, man. My boy AUGY, my boy Max or NOSHOWS. They some fire fucking artists, man. I got what's the fucking? I'm looking this shit up right now. Cause AUGY got this one song, Tired, that hit the emotions crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And fucking Max, NOSHOWS. These are my guys. Like,
by the way, all the shout outs are gonna be in the description. Definitely check these people out. I know
they are fucking fire, bro. It would be probably Can't Stop Me by NOSHOWS.
Okay.
Yeah, those were my two fucking guys right there when it comes to music, man.
Okay. Now, what do you think your breakthrough song will be like in the industry? Like, is there, you have a vision of what it will be like, or you don't quite know yet?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell nowadays, but I feel like it'll probably be some hype shit. Like, definitely on that side of the spectrum, you know?
Okay. Now, if you didn't do music, what do you think it would be? What kind of career path would you take?
Honestly, probably some in culinary, bro. I would just keep grinding with that shit so I can open up my own little cafe or something, or little like deli or something like that. Or I would even love to own like a corner store or two. Like those shits, like you can make bread off of those things. Stupid.
Same.
Stupid. I want to work for myself. And of course, to get there, you gotta work for other people. But at some point, you're gonna be straight by yourself.
For sure. That's how it goes. Especially with owning a restaurant, man. Like, you can get to their stomachs. You got the money already. You can get to their stomachs. You got the money.
That's a fact.
Now, are there any other local artists you want to shout out?
My boy Q, even though he don't even got no music out.
Okay.
But fucking, he's up there too, man. He's definitely up there.
Okay.
He's a fucking crazy lyricist. Like, I be in the studio with him and I'm trying to match his shit. Cause I think I'm nice, and then he writes some crazy shit. I'm like, fuck, bro. Now I gotta rewrite my shit.
Get like that.
Exactly.
So, all right. So, definitely next is a unreleased song called "They Know" by my boy THEYKNOWDAME.
Yes, sir.
In the future with the mask up, damn, they know. Got deuce in the Fago, always 10 toes, I ain't never finna lay low. The good die young, but I've been in my place though. Top dog, big shot caller with the say so. They know damn what they better do now. No, ain't no shame that you fucking with the sound, but take some blame, you was fucking with some clowns. I been heavy making much more maneuvers in the town like damn. Why they try to play me? AC coolin' with the kid, know it's ice cold. Running on my own shit, dolo with the ISO. Thumbing up a band, overplay to the right road. Other shit that I saw, moving with my eyes closed, walking on a tightrope. I been having high hopes, high stakes, steady moving with the right ways, getting left with the rest of you staying up in my way, damn. Blunt roll, chillin' in the bathtub, 2 bat hoes at the crib, give it back rubs. That's tough, sippin' mad mud out of that cuss, and a pack up in the ear, smellin' mad funk. That's what when it sounds like, yeah, mad does. Whole lot of hate, but knowing that it's mad love. Whole lot of snakes, but knowing that it's mad slugs. Pop up at the cuff in the future with the mask up, damn. They know, now I'm shaking up the room, makes a stir fry. Looking through the blur lines, vision getting hazy, but I open up my third eye. I been getting lazy, cause I always overwork mine. Always putting pressure with the pain, always putting pressure on the game. Knowing that a lot don't say the same. Here to make a motherfucking point and not the fame. Here to make a motherfucking like y'all like stepping with a blue suede breeze. On the knees with a smile like blue say please. Rubber bands in my pockets and they blue they seem. Picturesque when I flex and I always cheese. Cause I'm always green, good money cause my word whole way. I've been heavy on the meals cause I move my plates. I'm steady in the field, you can shoot my fade. I don't gotta say a lot cause I prove my case. Damn. One roll chillin' in a bathtub, 2 bad hoes at the crib, give it back rust. That's tough, sippin' mad mud out of that cuss, and a pack up in the ear, spinning mad funk. That's what when it sounds like getting mad does. Whole lot of hate, but knowing that there's mad love. Whole lot of snakes, but knowing that there's mad slugs. Pop up at the cuff in the future with the mask up, damn. They know. They know. They know.
Definitely, I want to say that shit hard. It's hard. All right. So, definitely continuing on. We have the fun part of this whole thing.
All right.
So we have 3 sessions before we push to close everything out. We have fuck, marry, kill. So I'll have some females on here, and we have a would you rather.
Okay.
And we have first thing come to mind.
Okay.
So they're pretty simple. So I'm gonna see what I got on here for you.
What you got for me?
Let me see. All right. So
What you got, brother?
I have Selena Gomez, Beyonce, and Rihanna.
Alright. So, damn. Alright, so I'm gonna go. Damn. Actually, damn. Y'all might hate me for this. I might kill Beyonce. I ain't gonna lie to you. She getting up there, and I'm young. I don't want my spouse to die before me. That's gonna be too hard. And I would. Both of them seem mad cool, but I would fuck Selena and marry Rihanna. That's where I'm going.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, got next one. Her, Summer Walker, and Zendaya.
Oh, Zendaya is childhood crush of mine. Zendaya getting married.
For
And
sure,
you
already.
said who others? Summer Walker and who?
And her.
Okay. I'm gonna have to fuck Summer Walker and kill her.
Already agreed upon.
Yeah.
We have Amber Rose, Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj. Had nothing but heavy hitters on this one.
Say it one more time.
Amber Rose, Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj.
Oh, alright, I don't really know. Kill Amber, fuck Cardi, and marry Nicki. Right in the order you said
solid.
it. Right in the order you said it.
All right, we got Glorilla, Melania Trump, not the porn star, Trump's wife.
Okay.
And Sofia Vergara.
Alright. Yeah, kill Melania. I'm gonna fuck Glorilla. She might be wild in that shit. And I'm gonna marry. What was her fucking name?
Sofia Vergara.
Sophia. Yep.
Definitely.
She that actress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Spanish.
Yeah, nah, she getting cuffed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So we got Jenna Ortega, Coco Jones, and Jennifer Hudson.
One more time for me. It was Jenna.
Jenna Ortega, Coco Jones, and Jennifer Hudson.
Marry Jenna. Fuck Jennifer. And kill the other bitch. I forgot her
Okay.
name.
Coco Jones.
Coco, yep.
Even though she got some killer shit coming out, she really doing a thing with her voice. She's crazy.
That is a fact.
She's crazy going on. Shit. All right, so our next one is Would You Rather.
Okay.
All right, so would you rather smoke weed infused with crack or smoke weed infused with heroin?
I'm gonna go with heroin. I ain't gonna. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I've had a long life already, so I'm already knowing that heroin the better choice. That heroin, that
Okay.
dog food gonna bust.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather share your sex tape or jump from a plane?
I'll share my shit.
All right.
I'm afraid of heights, bro. So they can see my shit.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. Would you rather work under the hot sun or work in extreme cold?
I've already done cold, so I'm gonna stick with that shit.
Okay. You rather go out at night or day?
Oh, night, all
Okay.
the fucking time. Night until the day come,
Okay.
and then I
Okay.
know it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah. Definitely. Already knowing. Let me see this one. Oh, shit. Would you rather communicate with emojis or no texting at all?
No texting, because I'm already on some time, and like I'd much rather just FaceTime you. Because if it goes past like 3 sentences, I'm already calling you. It don't matter if you're my man's, my mother, someone I'm talking to.
I'm saying I'm already going.
my thumb's starting to hurt. Like fucking, I'm just calling you.
And then when I got big fingers, so it still don't help. I got
That's
a
what
big
I'm
phone,
saying.
so it's like
That's big fucking hands, bro. Too much.
people be hating me like, "Why, bro? Just text me, bro." I cannot text you, and I'm not sending you a voice message because you're not gonna listen to that either. So just pick up the damn phone.
Bro, a voice message over a minute long, I'm not listening.
I'm saying.
I'm just calling you and be like, yo, what the fuck you just said?
Right.
Real shit.
All right. So our last one before we officially close out is first thing you think of. So first thing is color.
Blue.
place.
Mount Everest. No, Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
I thought the George Washington had.
Yeah. Country.
Spain.
Food.
Paella.
Smell.
Blue.
Well, you can smell blue.
I've seen some shit, man.
Okay.
It was not
Sound.
that bad. It was sound,
Yeah.
bass.
Okay. Song.
Oh, what's that fucking song? I gotta look it up now.
Okay.
I gotta look it up now, real quick. Oh, fuck. Oh, Tongue Tied.
Okay.
Tongue Tied.
Okay.
Yep.
Shoe.
Sneaker, but New Balance.
Okay. Team
Jordan.
and hero.
Villain.
Okay. All right. So definitely, this has been a great interview. Definitely, still like I said, the first in-person interview. Man, I definitely appreciate that shit.
It's been a pleasure being here.
Man, lucky tournament events to play out. Still so much more on the way. Some rescheduled interviews on the way, as well as with Chris Kane. And next week, Rasha, $sign in the middle. I'm telling you, it's going to be some dope shit. So much more on the way. Everything we've talked about, link in the description. Like any shout out artists, any, especially The Loop. Definitely going to be in the description. Check it out. Y'all got to go.
Gotta get right.
You know what I'm saying? And any music that has been played in this video will be linked in the description.
Absolutely.
So please check them out. Please stay tuned for more. And this has been Yard Talk. Now, one thing before I officially close out, I would like to introduce you to the Yard Talk family. You know, just gonna keep it real, bro. Yard Talk family, bro. It's more than a connection. It's a family. It's a group thing, bro.
Heavy, bro.
You know, these interviews can't happen with just me. It happens with you as well. So
to that.
Deuces. All right.
These rum and coke diaries of mine, tying up my mind. I'm trying to stay awake, but all this pressure got me tired. I'm lying if I said that all this pain it never hurts. Reminiscing on memories with therapy never works. I had a bitch, scratch that, a woman that I love. My actions gave her up. I feel the emptiness with drugs. I guess it's time to backslide to the character I was. I've been angry, I've been spazzing. All I really need's a hug.